Here it is, day 23, Radville BMX, 30-day, 30-bike challenge. The Goose is loose, 1987, Mongoose Decade. This is a regular Decade, not a pro, but it's original baby blue with the pink decals. I call it my baby blanket, right? Don't know if it's a boy or girl. It's got the pink and blue going on, and works for everyone. So, love the color, love the original paint and patina on this one, with matching bars and matching seat post, and white details with a little bit of pink added in there. So let's get in it. Mongoose Decade, 1987. So Mongoose is a big time player in the freestyle industry, the bike industry. Always has been and hopefully always will be. So it's great to see him here representing 1987 with the launch of the Decade. He had both the Pro and the Decade, and this is a regular Decade. Difference is the Pro would have chrome tips and some upgraded accessories. So this is technically called a Decade mag with the mag wheels, whereas the Pro had 48 spokes on it. Okay, so from the ground up, we have Tioga Comp dirt knobbies, tread, old school. Love these, great for dirt tracks and road. And of course here today, as you can see, overlooking Mill Creek and a little sand and nature trail. We're going to show you in some of the extra footage today in the quick, some of the surroundings here. Great history here in this area, dating back hundreds of years, but most notably in World War II, they did amphibious landing training here at this area, and I'll show you some of the memorials and finer points, including the officers' quarters that once were housing of the officers in charge of the Solomon's Command. All right, cool. So let's go through it. Inside the tires, we have Skyway OE, 6 spokes, white, coaster brake, so that's why you're not seeing any brake levers on this bad boy. In fact, not seeing grips either. We'll take a point off of that. In my haste, I forgot to put those on, so my bad. We'll get those added. In fact, I was had a pair, and I ended up needing them for something else, and I forgot to put a pair of grips next to this again. So I was kind of debating between the AME or mushroom grips, but I think technically it should have AME grips. But I'll look that up, confirm, and get some grips on there. Definitely want to have some grips on there with as hot as it is. Just grabbing those bars will be a little slippery in this 90-degree heat. All right, cool. So moving forward, in the midsection, got a one-piece crankset here with Spider, basically correct for this model. HTI pedals in white. Moving on up, we got the Suntour seat clamp and the Mongoose fluted stem, painted in the original blue with the rest of the frame. And again, in '87, as we saw and talked about in other series, it was very common to match the bars and the post to the frame and the fork, and so that's what's going on here in this detail, which is why I think it needs some white grips on there to break that up, along with the white seat. That's a Dynamax seat, and I believe that's correct for this model. Moving on up front, we have a pair of Skyway pegs bolted on in the bottom fork holes. We got 2 sets of possibilities. You put them up high or down low. Now you don't see a front brake on this, and probably should add one. It's got a POTS mod. In fact, it's got a Spontech stem on it, which could have a Spontech rotor, which is a very cool mechanism. I believe that came out in 1987 by SR. You saw it on the dynos and the Decade Pro, and a couple other bikes were sporting it. Pretty cool bit of ingenuity. Competed with the rotor and the gyro, what is it, Odyssey gyro, however you say that. Goodness gracious, sound like I'm ordering a sandwich. But anyway, so pretty cool. Had the chance to take that apart today because I actually swapped it out with one that actually had the Spontech mechanism. But since I'm riding coaster, not putting rear brakes on this, and didn't even bother to put front brakes on it. when I got a coaster on and I'm just cruising, you know, I enjoy that. But it is nice to have front brakes, and sometimes it's even nice to have rear brakes along with the coaster if you really want to trick it out. But this one's just a little bit of a cruising bike, so nothing too crazy, but it's a nice little comfy ride. Got the headset in place, and as I mentioned, the Spontech SR, I think it's MS-428, I think is the actual model number. I can double check that in the extras. I got some pictures. And then these are Mongoose chromoly bars with the low crossbar and knurling on it. So all in, this is a nice bike. You know, not sure how much you're into Mongoose Decades. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a good representation of the era, right? So just trying to keep some variety in the series. So like I said, day 23, Radville BMX, 30-day, 30-bike challenge. Got some good stuff in store today. I hope you like this shot here outside. The weather's super cooperative, gorgeous, got a nice breeze, and hopefully if it stays like this, we can get some more riding in and build up toward the finale, because if the challenge is met, there's definitely a nice caveat in it for the subscribers and everyone, because